Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. I'm going to do something today that I have not done in a while. It is time for an entry in Another One Bites the Dust. Today it is J-Bone's turn. He sent me this replay and basically asked me to give him some advice on what he can do to better his play. It was a bit general, so I'm going to just dive right into his point of view, and we will try to help him out, see where he's making mistakes, and try to see what he can do to correct them. He is versus Void Ray, who is Aeon. I can already anticipate some Aurora issues, but we will see how things go. J-Bone is UEF, and this is an interesting looking map. It is 4 hills, but this does not look like the... I don't know, yes, I guess it is. This may be a custom match. I think this is a custom map. Definitely. Alright. Have not seen this one before, but it is pretty straightforward. We've got first land, 2 power generators, 2 mass extractors, walk across, snag the hydro with the assistance of the ACU. Gonna live off these power generators. And we got a land scout. 1 engineer moving to the right for 3 mass extractors. And we have a tank building, then 5 engineers. Alright, that actually looks like a pretty good start. One thing I would say is that you can actually build your other 2 mass extractors if you've already built the 2 power generators, and it won't really affect your amount in storage. So that is something that you can easily do, and it will give you more mass at the start. You can go ahead and get another land factory online, or jump immediately into second air, which when you have a hydro here, that is what I would do. I would do land factory, 2 PGens, 4 mass extractors, hydro, and air. Now, if a 2K player is watching this, he'll probably tell you that that's a stupid build order and that you should totally do something else and give you an awesome suggestion. If he does so, I would take his suggestion, but that is just what I would do if I were in your situation. And now you can see the problem with not getting your mass extractors. You have 4 mass extractors, 5 now. It's not quite so bad, but for several seconds you were stalling minus 14 mass, and you're currently stalling minus 9. So I think a bit of correction on your early build order would be in a good investment of your time, just to try to get something worked out so that you can get more units on the field quicker without this stall. When you've got 7 mass extractors in your home base, there's really not a reason to have a mass stall like that. Alright, I do like the tank over here. You managed to get an engineer kill. That is absolutely brilliant. Exactly the kind of harassment that you want. And you've got this land scout circling around in the back. So my compliments on this. Kudos to you for being the aggressive type and actually getting out there and sniping off some units. And hopefully that will bode well for things to come. Alright, something is hitting your tank, and that is an Aurora. It is outside your vision radius, but it is hitting your tank. Get an air scout out. That means your enemy... Excuse me. I have a yawn. Apparently I need to get some more sleep. Or there's a severe lack of oxygen in the room. One or the other. Alright, tank coming over here. That is the one that was hammering down on your striker over there. It's going to eliminate a mass extractor. Alright, when your enemy has air scouts over your base, that probably is a good sign that there's bombers incoming at some point or another, since you don't have your own air force. So that is just something to keep in mind. Throwing up another land factory. You do have a power generator spam going in the back with 1 engineer. I might assist 2 or 3 with 2 engineers because your power's not looking very healthy. Although when you mass stall, you may or may not balance. Let's see. Dink. Oh, +1. Bullseye. You have absolutely no extra for reclaim. And speaking of reclaim, those big rocks right there should not still be there. You probably need to snag those with your ACU or an engineer so that you can add that mass to your coffers and build something with it. Alright, we're up to 41, 44, 54 something plus power. So your power situation looks good now. You have enough to compensate for a bit of reclaim and to save up for an overcharge once you get an energy storage, which by this point in the game you should be thinking about. In the next couple of minutes you will need a power storage. especially on a small map like this, you're going to be needing your overcharge ability. You know, for being called 4 hills, these are very tiny hills. I don't know if these even qualify as hills. This is like a mild rise in the terrain, or I don't know what a good turn is. A term. I don't know what a good term is for these, but they're definitely not hills. They're very, very tiny. This is pretty much flat, from my opinion. Actually, the one in the middle looks like it's probably the same height as the others. I am getting distracted. I do apologize. Alright, let's go ahead and bump the speed up. We have analyzed the beginning of this game. Let's watch how it plays out once I stop just rambling willy-nilly about random things. I think that wasn't a Tech 2. Alright, Hero Land Scouts trying to kill your Mass Extractor. Now you've got 2 Auroras over here. One thing to remember about Aeon is that the Auroras do hold the range advantage. So even if you have superior numbers, the initial engagement is going to be harsh because the Auroras come in range before your tanks do. And then also, when they kite away from you like this, they're going to be able to kill much more than their mass worth in your tanks by just being out of range. Your tanks can't hit them, so it's a bad situation to be in. The way to remedy that is to get the early gun upgrade, which this is not exactly early. We're pushing up on 8 minutes, so that's pretty far into the game. And you are power stalling to do it. So I would recommend, in this situation, going versus an Aeon opponent on a small land map, I would recommend overbuilding power slightly early. Oh, here comes the bombers I was talking about. You don't have any air. Very little anti-air, actually none at the moment, because what you did have was killed. He's going to kill your Hydro, which is going to force you into an almost complete power stall, and immediately go after the rest of your Tech 1 power. Thankfully, you did get your gun upgrade done, so you're going to be able to defend yourself fairly well from Auroras, but the damage has been done. He has utterly and thoroughly crushed you. You did get your power storage up, but it is only a matter of time till it goes down and you don't have any power to supply it anyway. So, there goes the commander. Kaboom! Alright, time for ending remarks. We looked at your build. I think you can do some work on that and you should be able to correct a lot of issues. But, speaking specifically to facing an Aeon opponent, the gun upgrade on your commander is probably the single most vital tool at your disposal on this map versus this faction. So I would overbuild power early. I would get my power storage built. I would wait until the absolute first point where I thought that I could pull the gun upgrade off without stalling too hard, and I would get the gun upgrade. That is going to allow you to push. You're going to want to get it as early as you possibly can so that you can go on the offense and start suppressing the other player. What you did here, sitting back, massing up units, you did have some good early aggression, and I do like some of these raids. There's even one back here right now where you killed off an engineer and you were in the process of killing a mass extractor. So there are some good things to see, but overall you just left him alone too much, and basically he got the expansion over here and he got some mass extractors over here. He had way more eco than you did, and he just built some land factories and more units than you did. So it's a pretty straightforward win on his part. Alright, he did get Tech 2 land and a Tech 2 mass extractor. That's actually not too bad, and he did get adjacency on all of these mass extractors out in the front, so kudos to him. But yeah, that is my advice. Work on your initial build order and try versus an Aeon opponent, especially because of the range issues with the Aurora that just cause so much headache. Definitely go for the gun upgrade early and push. Offense is the best defense. Alrighty guys, that is going to wrap up this cast. Hopefully we helped J-Bone out a bit, and I am going to stop it there. I will see you guys later. Hope you join me in the next one.